That refi market's going to give you the ability to triple your business. Let everyone come into the marketplace because we know equity is there. Take the money out, buy and teach them how to buy some investment
Yeah.
properties, fix and flip, have them turn into something special.
Yeah.
Let them leverage themselves in a proper way. It's not only about reducing your interest rate, it's now about doing multiple things with it. So you have to know how to, hey, I'm going to lower my interest rate and I'm going to take this out and I'm going to buy an equity producing and an income producing property.
So we're here in beautiful Cancun, and I'm joined by my good friend Jon Shapiro, who not only runs his own division here at AWM, but he is our director of non-QM, which is an incredible, exciting space in our business, right?
Very.
John's going to talk to us about what's happening today, what we can look forward to in the future, and we're going to chop it up here and see what's happening in the non-QM area. So, John, first of all, I want to talk about the improvements that we've made. We've come a long way since you joined us about a year ago, a little bit more than that. And I really want to tell the team, what's different and what improvements have we made in non-QM.
Well, thank you for having us and love being here. You guys are amazing. You guys had, out of all the companies I've known, a great infrastructure set up when I stepped in. But we made slight improvements. We just have helped answer questions, focus people on the direction, supported them. And now we actually have a complete support staff to guide you through how to make these work just as easy as a conventional loan.
Yeah, so let's touch on that a little bit further. Typically, non-QM, along with any other niche product, companies just sort of throw it out there to the field and they say good luck, right? So we realized at a certain point that in order to effectively originate and fund non-QM, we needed that higher level of support. So really, what you and your team have done, in my mind, have created an opportunity for loan officers to engage with you and your team, whether it's product based, scenario based, exception, right? We're getting those as well.
Yes, we are.
Tell me a little bit about the impact that you see to the team today.
Huge impact. So it started off where exactly what you said. So we did, just we were there available for everyone. So it is important. People do just throw out on non-QM and say these are the products, and they don't even tell them about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've supported them by answering those questions,
Mm.
creating a separate scenario desk, creating forms for them to be able to structure their deals properly, and really giving them the advice and the knowledge of how to go out and bring these deals in and how they could win them and win more referral sources,
Yeah.
which I think is probably the most important than the actual loan.
Well, let's talk about that. So we've seen, which is incredible to me, a 300% growth in the non-QM volume. So that tells me, I mean, the numbers don't lie. So what we are providing, that certainty of execution, because I think at the end of the day, the typical loan officer closes just a small handful of non-QM loans, and as that product grows in its kind of in its entirety, it becomes more complicated, more difficult. How do you feel that your team has impacted the average LO in terms of just really feeling confident about the deal they have and that we're going to be able to fund it?
Well, that's an amazing question. Thanks, Chris. I feel by just, and I'm going to just bring it simple to giving that support. If an LO feels they have someone to talk to or email and someone's going to respond, well, they have that support to really go out and expand their sources and products.
Yeah.
And you're right. Most people feel, "Oh, I'll do an extra loan." People now realizing they could double their production, triple their production.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it across the industries out there. And I talk to all our investors. It's amazing because the loan officers who really are taking hold of this are blowing up their business to incredible heights.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at the largest loan sizes that we fund on a monthly basis, non-QM is right at the top. So by embracing the product, by educating yourself, by engaging with you and your team, we're seeing loan officers really grow their volume.
And it's going to grow even further. And people don't realize we're going to be expanding to a $5 million product. And
Okay.
all day long, you should be able to do a million, 2 million, 3 million is no exception based.
Yeah.
And you're 100% correct. They're larger loan amounts. They're just as easy to do as conventional. As long as you structure your deals properly, which we will assist you, we'll support you. How's that? We're
Yeah.
going to support you on that.
Yeah. So let's talk nuts and bolts here. One of the things that you were adamant about was bringing on additional investor relationships, but not in the traditional sense. Typically, the way mortgage bankers go about it is they'll they'll sign up with every what who they think is a correspondent investor. They may not be actually making the final decision. What I was really excited about was your ideas about bringing in this direct straight to Wall Street money. And there's a difference there. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, that's great you brought that up. And yeah, we had those meetings. So I've had tons of emails, even from our own people in my division. Oh, this person says they could do this. And you have to sometimes strip away the white noise.
Mm,
People are just copying what the actual investor. So what we do is we go to the actual person or company that buys these loans,
mhm.
couples them and securitizes them. And I'm talking about they're doing 500 to a billion a month
Yeah.
or more. So that's an advantage for us because now, and I hope you don't mind me bringing this out, part of our plan of action was white labeling our own
Yes.
guidelines. And we've had our investors, and today we had two more accept our
Oh,
guidelines.
beautiful.
So we have five of the largest, let's call them private equity firms and mutual fund companies in the country said, we're just going to buy according to your underwriting.
Wow.
So it gives us so much more flexibility. We've opened up our guidelines, we're testing it out. But by going right to the investors, we could maneuver more loans and get, we'll call it exceptions done that
Hmm.
you normally couldn't get done.
Yeah. So I understand there's a couple of advantages to that. Obviously, there's when you're going right to the source. It's the same thing when we used to say, "Hey, I'm a direct lender." With Freddie and Fannie. Now it's just so that those listening understand exactly what this means. So this is really being directly. You're selling loans directly to the decision maker. There's nobody in between you.
There's no one in between us. Their collateral desk makes the decision. They like it or they don't like it. It might not fit their guidelines. And we just brought on the one people you met with. It's a private equity firm called Lone Star.
Yeah.
And the guy who runs it said, here's our exception policy. And he goes, I will make the exceptions for you guys.
Yeah.
He will personally look at it if it doesn't fit their exception rules and make a further decision.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we don't have to worry of how many people it has to go through. We go to the direct decision makers at this point
Yeah.
and say, here's what we're willing to do.
Yeah, that's huge. And so let's talk about exactly how that's going to help our loan officers close more loans.
Well, it's going to help us close more loans because it's going to give us the ability, I think, besides the actual loan itself, you now can go into these referral sources with confidence
Hmm.
and say, I can't give you 100%, but I know these out of box things I could push through on a majority of the cases. I know when you have something that you need to get bailed out, I could come in and probably save that day. And we've
Yeah,
done that a number of times.
that's a great point.
So I don't like to say, oh, we're going to save you on one loan because that's not what we all want to do. We want to create relationships and have those relationships come to you on everything.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
want you getting conventional, FHA, VA,
Yeah.
and your non-QM. We
Well,
want to be the full player.
you're absolutely right. And but this is where it starts in many cases. We are a turn down lender, I guess is secondary backup, however you want to say it, for a number of relationships across the country, including some of the large public builders. And we all know the importance of closing that first deal. Once you get your foot in the door, it will lead to more, and especially in today's market where every deal is critical.
I'm glad you said that because I was talking to Mary Hamilton, who does great, and we were talking about her builder relationship. And even though they feel they might have a non-QM outlet, they really don't. They use
Yeah.
these white label and they can't get it done. And now she goes back to them and says, we have the end investor,
Hmm.
which furthers her relationship, which she gets more referrals from. And literally, it's a great opportunity to go to every builder because they want to have their own mortgage company, but they don't realize we could expand their sales.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've even found some unique products that not necessarily unique to AWM, but I don't think people have connected the dots as it relates to builders and investors. And so these are winning individual loans and securing relationships for our people. That's huge.
Huge. And it's an incredible opportunity. And it's an exciting time for people.
Yes, yes. Tell me a little bit about how you guys are interacting with underwriting. Obviously, we have, I mean, we've ramped that part up as well. Typically we would have an underwriter that might cross over and do an FHA loan one day and then do a non-QM the next. But we've really focused on this. Tell me how that's changed.
Well, I know I look like I'm 20, but I've been in the business a long time and been around, and I've dealt with a lot of underwriters. I got to say, Chris, Anna Divich, Lisa Smith, Aaron Michaels, now Danielle, Michael Castellano, the team really looks to get the deals done. And I've been through many places where I've seen how underwriters want to kill the deals.
Yeah.
We collaborate. So we have protocols in place to discuss if it doesn't fit one place, hey, can we fit it here? Melina, our one of our administrators, will pick it up and help do the research, or Anna Divich will step in. So I find this a breath of fresh air because I feel underwriting, we collaborate all the time. We have weekly calls. We talk about what's going on. I bring them into investor meetings, right?
Okay.
So we talk about what's coming out, what we could do, what to look for. You guys don't understand. You can look at my history. I've been around the block and I've seen a lot of underwriting opportunities. And these underwriters are so open to make deals work and figure this out outside the box. So I'm thrilled.
So it's really a deal making environment and mentality.
100%.
And that's obviously that starts with you. It starts with Lisa, Anna, as you mentioned, and down through the team. Because at the end of the day, there are real people involved in these deals. It's not just a loan number for us, right? There's actual humans, there's families, there's real estate agents, there's commissions at stake. I would say that we go to the ends of the earth to try to make that deal work.
Yes, and I'm going to flip it a little bit on you. I like to say it starts from the bottom up.
Okay.
I like to say it starts with your underwriters because they come to us and they want to make the deal work before they go to their manager,
Yeah.
before they go to Anna, before they go to Lisa. You know how many times that these great underwriters that we have here want to make this work?
That's
So,
wonderful.
so it's not some flow from the top down saying you got to make this work.
Yep.
They're like, let's make this work, and everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
So, I I thank every single one of them for what they do.
As you should, and too, I think our loan officers with that, just that understanding, have really gained a confidence out there in the field. It's probably, um, I would say, it's allowed them to bring in deals that maybe if they were somewhere else they wouldn't even bother with.
100%, I agree with you.
Yeah. So let's switch gears a little bit to what's coming up, right? What's in the works, John? So I know you've got your magic working on the investor side. You've got some product things
So
brewing
here's
to
my
the
next third
side.
hat. It's called, bringing new products to the table.
Let's do it.
Across the board of the company.
What are you cooking up, man?
No, we got a lot of things cooking, and we'll have more down the line because I've really morphed myself into a different position here. We got doctor's loan coming in. All right,
There we
so
go. The old doc loan.
the old doc
It's
loan.
like a unicorn in the
It's a
industry, right?
unicorn. Look, is it going to be the best loan out there? No, it's going to morph into a great loan. Uh, One of the investors that I've been talking to pretty regularly, we've concluded yesterday. That's why I left what we were doing Beach Olympics.
Yeah.
I've blown them off 3 times. I'm like, I can't do it again.
Yeah.
But they've agreed to it, and they've told us that I told them our wish list, and they said, yeah, we have it on the plate. We're going to take the doctor's loan to the way you want to go, but we will have that in place very shortly. We're just going through the vetting process of them and us.
Yeah.
We have an in-house we're bringing to the table of fix and flip and fix and hold. So our originators are going to be able to expand their loans for investors that
Okay.
want to go out and fix and flip. It's a huge marketplace. We're brokering it through Anchor, and we've done a couple of those. Now we're going to do it under AWM's name, and we could confidently say it's AWM.
Yeah, yeah, and that brings a sense of confidence to the underwriting, to the whole process as it goes through. Let's talk a little bit. That's a great product, and I like it. I think though the question is, well, how's that help me? And I think what we've seen in certain markets, and we have some people within our organization that have already done this. They're taking these unique products and they're really understanding how they can impact their market. So fix and flip. Tell me a little bit of what, if you were a loan officer today, how would you go out to the market with that and bring in deals?
Thank you for asking that question because that's been on my mind. So what I would do very seriously, I call two groups of people all day long, and I wouldn't hang up the phone until I called everyone in my marketplace. I call every accountant I could ever get my hands on, even if I don't know them, and I call every realtor. And I specifically talk to them about if you have people that want to start getting into fix and flip and get the money to actually try this and gain speed before rates come down, let's talk about your new people that want to do fix and flips. And I'm going to teach them how to do it. I'm going to teach them how to get the money. I'm going to hook them up with the contractor. I'm going
Mm,
to put the pieces together to make it easy for them.
yeah.
And then what happens? I'd go find a proficient contractor in my area and then get them to give me referrals, and then I would hook them up with all my clients.
Wow.
Because every realtor, every accountant knows that their clients want to make
Yep.
more money.
Yep.
And what I would do is I'd bring these pieces together and create this ecosystem.
Mm.
And this ecosystem would just blow up. And these realtors would love you. And now you're with the accountants that will refer you their other clients.
Yeah. Wow. So you're really just expanding that network and taking maybe even into absolutely brand new relationships that never would have
That's
blossomed without these products.
That's exactly what I would do,
Yeah.
and I'm a little upset that I do this type of work because I would not think I'd want to be an originator again because I night and day would be calling every single person, I don't even know them,
Yeah.
in my marketplace and just saying, "I have to meet with you and
Yeah.
talk to you."
So this is just, I think, a little bit of a tease because we are there's other things that we're working on behind the scenes. I think this is just one of them. Doctor Loan Fix and Flip 2.
I got one more.
One more? Uh-oh.
I got
Do I
one
need a
more,
drum roll for this?
and I don't want Chris Day to kill me on this one,
Okay, let's go.
but I am gonna bring out a one-time close non-QM.
Okay. Ah, look at that.
So that was off my call yesterday too. We
Okay,
have a
beautiful.
one-time close coming.
Wow,
I just
wow.
have to coordinate with Chris Day on it,
I
but
don't know who's doing that for sure.
I've got the investor.
I think, look, sometimes I look at this menu of products and I think, what are we doing? Have we gone too far? Where do we stop? But I think, look, we have really, I think, kind of made a name for ourselves in the general marketplace, in the mortgage industry, for being very, very creative guys, people that can take on any type of a deal. I think this is the way to move forward, don't you?
I agree with you completely. Again, I hate to date myself. I've been through the ringer with other places, and they have a closed mind to expansion. If you could have a full product suite, you could expand your business. You could be the one-stop shop for
Yeah,
everyone,
absolutely.
and that's the key.
Well, and I think what's most important, and the one thing that I would want to convey to everybody is, using these products now. Look, when interest rates are down and maybe there's a refi market that's happening, non-QM won't be as important to people. But I think right now is the time to take these products out to the street, utilize them to build relationships today that will last you forever.
I agree. But let's talk about the refi market. That refi market's going to give you the ability to triple your business. Let everyone come into the marketplace because we know equity is there. Take the
Mhm.
money out, buy and teach them how to buy some investment
Yeah,
properties, fix and flip, have them turn into something special.
yeah,
Let them leverage themselves in a proper way. It's not only about reducing your interest rate, it's now about doing multiple things with it. So you have to know how to, hey, I'm going to lower my interest rate and I'm going to take this out and I'm going to buy an equity producing and an income producing property.
yes, yes, yes.
So now,
I mean, that's really, we talk about the American dream, right? How real estate is really, for most people, most consumers out there, this is the way to build wealth
wealth
within
creator.
your family. And these are the types of tips and tricks that are really going to be important to people as we move forward.
Exactly. And I say to everyone I know, even before it becomes a buyer's market, take the money out today, find the places because when it becomes a buyer's market, values increase, right? Your rents, if you have investment properties, will increase.
Hmm.
It's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lots of options here. Well, John, thank you. This
Thank you,
has been a
Chris.
great conversation. Hopefully, all of you understand exactly what we're trying to do here. This is an important part of our business, and we feel it's an area of the business that can really, really bring you a lot of benefit long term. So, thanks for listening, John. Thanks for joining me, man.
Chris,
And
thanks for having me.
thanks for everything you're doing to build this.
Oh, thanks for bringing us on. We love it here. Thank you.